Bitcoin, we start with 1 hour chart. First of all, if we refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was exactly within this move, we mentioned about the different possibility, and I mentioned that if we wants to look for buy from here, it's not really good idea. The one of the reasons was in terms of the risk and reward, because we mentioned if we wants to get any trade from here, we need to see the breakout of over the previous top. The target was the breakout of the previous top. That's why I mentioned in terms of the risk and reward, it cannot give us a really good trade. That's why I mentioned we are not really interested to look for buy from here. But anyway, I mentioned if anyone wants to look for buy, they should consider it as a short term. And the only way was to look for buy by having entry above the top. That's why I mentioned we are not going to keep the trade if we wants to put our entry above the top more than 2 hours. This is the things. All right. That's mean whoever get the trade, when they see this move after 2 hours, they should take out the trade, even if they lose something, the small loss. Because if not, right now they should be within this down move. That's why I mentioned if the price is not moving our direction as a sharp move, we are not going to keep the trade more than 2 hours. If we want to trade by having entry above the top, and mostly rather than that, there was no other options to look for trade. Okay, and now we want to see what's the next. In this case, we move to daily chart, and as we can see, we have been looking for the reversal, and we mentioned if the price reverse as a sharp move is good. But if it turns to a corrective move, we can expect the price to drop. And what we can see here, the price is consolidating here. And mostly when we see this kind of the move, we can expect to get one more drop. That's why I was keep highlighting about this. And right now I want to highlight again. The way the price is consolidating here, we can expect even this one turn to a deeper move, it give us one more drop. That's why if you want to look for buy based on lower time frame, we need to be really careful about this move because still we can expect we are within this down move. Okay. Again, it doesn't mean the price cannot reverse from here as a sharp move from the situation and the market we have right now. But what we can see in terms of the analysis, if this one turn to a deeper move, we need to get one more drop. And we need to be careful about this if anyone is going to look for buying, and mostly if they want to keep for the long term. Okay. And if I move to forward chart, first things, if we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for this one as a running flat. That's why we were more interested to see the breakout of the previous top, because at that times it could give us a better confirmation for the next move. Okay. And right now we want to see how we can look at the chart, whether still we can look at this one as a running flat, and we want to see this is the one is going to retest the top, and that's mean we can put this one as a correction relative to this for next move. Or this is the first option, or we need to I mean the second option is this move is part of this. That's mean we want to see this one turn to 3 waves. That's mean this one will be a bigger running flat. The last wave can be more extension before we get the next move. Okay, first things, if we refer to the second option, that means this one is a part of this move as a 3 waves. We need to see the breakout of the previous low. That means what we can see here as a sharp move correction based on forward chart, we can expect the price to retest the previous low before we get the reversal, if we are within this correction. But if we refer to the first option, if we want to put this one as a correction relative to this for one move up without the breakout of the previous low, this is the first option we discussed. But we are not ready. The reason is we moving for the second option, because technically if we see this kind of the move, we don't need to refer to the second option. We don't need to wait for the breakout of the previous low. The reason is we have the second option. The first thing is the way was dropping was really sharp, and as what we can see here, we have the sharp move and correction. When we see this kind of the move, we can expect to get one more drop. That's why we have a second option. And even if we want to put this one as a correction relative to this, simply if we put our fib here, as we can see, the price almost broke the 61%. We are somewhere around 78 and 80%. That's why we need to have the second option. All right. And if we want to look for trade, we need to know that we have two possibility. And the second option is from what we can see based on forward chart, there is a possibility even the price give us one more drop. The reason is I'm highlighting about this because if we move to 1 hour chart of 15 minutes, we can see the short-term trade for buy. It's not a really good trade setup, but still we can consider. Okay. And if I move to 1 hour chart, right, and this is what I'm looking for. If I move to 15 minute, it will be more clear. All right. Can we expect this one to put as a sharp move and a correction for one move up? All right. And if I move to 1 hour chart, right now we need to know whether this is the start of the up move as a first option. That means this is the last wave for the running flat, or we can expect either, to get one move up, then the price drop and retest the previous low, and this one turn to a last wave of the running flat. Which one we cannot confirm right now. And as I explained based on forward chart, then to make it very simple, we can put this one as a correction relative to this. If we get any trade set up for buy, we will take the trade. If there is a continuation as a sharp move, we keep the trade and we move with the first option. And in that case, we need to see the breakout of the desktop, which is somewhere around 34,570. Because if we get any trade from here with the breakout of desktop, at least we can move our stop loss to break even. If there is a continuation, we know that there is, as a short move, we know that we have the first option. But if we get one move up and we see the price is not moving, it turns to corrective move that give us indication for the price to is going to give us a one more drop. Either at that times we can move our stop loss to break even or we take out the trade, because we can expect to get one more drop with the breakout of the previous low, then the price can reverse. That means if we get any trade for buy from here, if we get any trade set up, if the first thing is we can expect to get one move up. If there is a continuation, we keep the trade. If not, we are not going to keep the trade because we can expect this one turn to a deeper move for one more drop. Since the way the price was moving, dropping here was, as I mentioned, based on forward chart, was quite sharp. Okay. By the way, we don't have really good trade setup for buy, but still, if we get any trade for buy from here, we will take it. And after we see the breakout of desktop, then if there is a continuation, we keep the trade. If not, we know about the second possibility. All right. And from what we have right now, if we move to 15 minute, as I say, it depends on the strategy the traders they use. Either they want to put the entry above the top or they want to get the trade within this correction. All right. But our stop loss should be somewhere around 32,650. And we need to see the breakout of the 34,570. Because at that times, at least we can move our stop loss to break even. And this trade, if anyone wants to look for buy, is a short-term trade. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If anyone wants to look for buy from here, they should know that again, we can expect to get one move up and the price can drop. It's not a really good trade setup, but still we can look for. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.